Call Haloyamla Yahapwa, Bahashum, Yahapushai, Bahashum, Racha Kwadash, Brakatat Yahapwa, Brakatat Yahapushai, Brakatat Racha Kwadash, Bahashum, Yahapushai, Bahashum, Racha Kwadash. Shalom and double honors unto the elder apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the Akim, Wa Akwath, Shalom. So I want to make a quick video. Came across an article, and it verifies the teachings and doctrine and the prophecies of that we've been teaching and the prophets have been teaching for decades. That the sword in Isaiah 34 is speaking of a thermonuclear sword that's going to fly through the air and come down upon Idumea, which is the Esau Edomites, and proving the immaculate accuracy of the Holy Scriptures. So right here, the title is Putin waves nuclear sword in confrontation with the West. So that nuclear sword goes in. So sword, the modern day sword, or guns and whatever military weaponry that is used in a war. So that nuclear weapon, that nuclear missiles, those are nuclear swords. And that's what they, in the spirit, the Lord put the spirit on them to call it a nuclear sword. And that's further validation, more prophecy coming to pass, and further, a clear sign that thermonuclear missiles are in the Bible and that they were prophesied thousands of years ago. So this was Putin had made this address in one of his press conferences a few days ago. I think Thursday, it says here. Yeah, Thursday, before he had went ahead and fully invaded the Ukraine. So the little piece I want to get real quick is down in here, right here. I want to read this little paragraph. But the deeper context seems to be his great desire to show the world that Russia is a powerful nation. That's talking about Putin, not to be ignored. So he's, keep on reading. Putin talks repeatedly about the humiliation of Russia after the Soviet collapse. So Putin, he's been embarrassed and shamed. He's still holding that, carrying that to this day, about when the U.S. defeated the Russians back in 91 and disbanded the Soviet Union. By waving his nuclear sword, he echoed the bluster with which the Soviet Union had stared down the United States and earned, in his mind, respect. So all of this was about respect for him. He's trying to regain the worldwide respect and prestige, and shake off that humiliation that's been following them since they fell back in 91. But this shows that the Most High been putting up all the building blocks and all the chess pieces and chess moves, intertwining everything. This is one of the driving factors of Russia being turned, putting the Most High putting those hooks in his jaws. Gog, which is Russia, in Ezekiel 38, in the video we went into yesterday. And so the Most High is masterfully intertwining all of these events leading up to the hooks putting back into the jaws of the Russians, bringing them back to the Soviet Union, and also all kind of things are being revealed. And this nuclear sword proves that the sword in Isaiah is that nuclear sword that's going to come down, a nuclear missile going to come down and destroy the Edomites. But so we'll go here, Isaiah 34:5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. So the Idumea is a Greek word for Edom, the Edomites. We'll go ahead and get it. Because the Edomites are cursed. The Most High just said they're cursed. That's that curse of Cain. They're the they're Cain from the beginning, regenerated, reincarnated. That's that curse, that mark that the Most High put upon Cain, and that curse which came through with the Edomites. So Idumea there is Edom, red, because their skin, they're red, their blood. You can see their blood through the skin or whatever, flowing through their skin without the melanin. So Edom, Edomite, Idumean, descendants of Esau, land of Edom, Idumea, land land south and southeast of Palestine, so south of the tribe of Judah over there in Jerusalem. So, as we just read in that article, the sword, Putin waved his nuclear sword. So the Most High said, "For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and the people of my curse to judgment." So that judgment hasn't happened yet, and that's the thermonuclear fire, thermonuclear war. And it's going to be started and triggered by Gog and Magog, the Russians. Well, Gog is the Russians, and the Magog is his allies and all that land over there of the ancient Medes and all the lands over there in the Eastern Bloc nations over there that's going to be joined unto him to take down America. So verse 6, the sword of the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidneys of rams. For the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, hath a sacrifice in Basra. Basra is a capital city of the old Esau, Edomite areas, and wherever they are today, that's be where they reside, the chief capital cities and everything throughout Edomites, nations that they have now. Basra, sheepfold or fortress, a town in Edom. So a fortified city in old Edom. So fortified cities now are, throughout the U.S. and Russians, and ultimately in the end as well, wherever Edomites are. And a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. So the Edomites. And then verse 4 appear, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved. And this is showing you and proving to you further showing that these are thermonuclear missiles. The only thing that can dissolve things, that's that thermonuclear fire that's coming. All the host of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. So that what that's going into are that mushroom cloud that thermonuclear missiles make when it hits the ground, and then that mushroom cloud shoots up. So that's the heavens being rolled together like that scroll. And all their hosts shall fall down. And that host goes into armies. All their armies going to fall down and be destroyed. As the leaf falleth off from the vine, and as a fallen fig from the fig tree. So those thermonuclear missiles are going to come down upon Esau, Edom, and destroy them. That's that thermonuclear sword. And so if you know anything, so that blood right here in verse 6, that blood of lambs and goats, the fat of the kidneys of rams. So you know what happens with that back in the old days, in Leviticus 9 and 19. No, 9 and I think 17. Let me see. And he brought the meat offering and took an handful thereof and burnt it upon the altar beside the burnt sacrifice of the morning. He slew also the bullock and the ram for a sacrifice of peace offerings, which was for the people. And Aaron's sons presented unto him the blood which he sprinkled upon the altar round about. Verse 19. And the fat of the bullock and of the ram, the rump, and that which covered the inwards, and the kidneys, and the caul above the liver, and they put the fat upon the breasts, and he burnt the fat upon the altar. So it's going into showing, that basically the Edomites are going to be a burnt sacrifice, a burnt offering to wipe out all the wickedness that they've done upon the earth. That's why the Most High is breaking out that sword to bathe in the heaven, to come down upon them because of their wickedness, and to cleanse the land of all the filth and the defiling of the land. And going back to Isaiah 34 and verse 8. For it is the day of the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai's vengeance, in the year of recompenses, for the controversy of Zion. So this is all the reasons, the main reason why, because they destroyed the Most High's chosen people, the Israelites, and they have a burnt sacrifice and a judgment appointed to them in the near future, which are the end days in which we're living in right now. So with that, I hope this video was edifying. Till next video, I say, Shalom.